and welcome here to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel to all of you guys. Now, yeah, unfortunately over the past few days I have been a bit under the weather. I guess something had to be sacrificed to get that score prediction right in the Clasico. But anyway, I'm here now, and I'm well enough to talk about Real Madrid in crisis. I am pulling through here so that we can talk about that. And of course we are going to discuss as well Barça versus Racing Santander. That's coming up tonight in the Copa del Rey. It is match day. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Now let's get in to exactly what's been going on over the past few days. Because first things first, we have to talk about Arda Güler, who I think finally realised that he might have joined the wrong club. And not only did he lose the Super Cup final, he also lost his footing in the process. So that was unfortunate there, and I really did find that video quite funny. Xabi Alonso is also no longer the Real Madrid coach. Surprise, surprise, the end has arrived for him. And apparently it was by mutual agreement there. Everybody mutually agreed that Xabi Alonso needed to leave the club immediately, but I think for him, quite honestly, the final straw should have been, and I think maybe it was, the whole Guard of Honour situation. Now let me first of all just say on this, after the game, of course, Barca lifting the title, usually the opposing team would have just the tiniest bit of respect. Now I understand that Barca and Real Madrid, the big rivals, of course it's always going to be very heated between the two of them, but at the same time, we would at least be a bit gracious, you know, if we lost. I mean, we can't imagine that we did lose. We haven't done that in the last 2 years in the Super Cup final. But if we did, we would have at least given Real Madrid just a bit of respect. Now, the incredible thing for me is Mbappe's behaviour. Because, yeah, I don't really care about the Guard of Honour. We were going to lift the title. We didn't need Real Madrid to give us one. We were happy to just lift the title. Their presence as we lifted it was about as invisible as they were during the 90 minutes there. But in terms of Mbappe, I just can't get my head around this here. I think what he did, the behaviour there that he showed, it was absolutely shocking. As a player there, who is now a very decent age, he's extremely experienced in the game, he should be one of the leaders of that dressing room, and to do what he did, to put his teammates in that situation whereby he wants to take them away. Xabi Alonso wanted Real Madrid and his players to give Barca the respect, to actually lose the game in the right way and just respect them. He wanted them to stay there and acknowledge that. Mbappe takes it upon himself to try and lead the team away. And you look at young players there at Real Madrid, they don't know what to do. You know, he's put them in an incredibly awkward position. He's basically saying, right, you follow me, leave the coach behind, disrespect your own coach. Whether he's leaving or not, it's irrelevant. Xabi Alonso remains a Real Madrid legend. And can I just say, on Mbappe, what has he done at Madrid? What has he actually achieved in terms of titles, in terms of the team's success, to give him this kind of ego, to think that he has this kind of power? It's incredible. He has won literally nothing as a Real Madrid player, and yet he's strutting about thinking that he can call the shots. And in my opinion, this is absolutely terrible news for Madrid. When you look at a player being allowed to behave in that way, to be allowed there to have more power, more authority than the coach, I mean, they have a massive problem. They have an almighty problem. And remember Mbappe, he's a brilliant player. You know, nobody's disputing that there. The goals that he scores, the ability that he has in the final third, he is incredible. He's one of the world's best. But you've all seen the videos of Luis Enrique. He told us all several times, this guy is not about the team. This guy does not work for the team. And as a result, as good as he is, as incredible as he is in front of goal, I don't really want him. Luis Enrique was not sad to see the back of Mbappe at PSG. The very next season that they got rid of him, they went on to win the Champions League. He is not somebody there who is ready to sacrifice his individual goals, you know, the way that he plays for the team. And this is the guy that's leading around the Real Madrid players. It is a massive worry, I would say, for them. Now they've got Arbeloa in until the end of the season, you know, maybe more, but you'd think surely not. I mean, what has Arbeloa done to earn the Real Madrid coaching seat? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous there. In my opinion, they just self-destructed their season for absolutely no reason. Why would you not just give Alonso until the end of the campaign? You know, he's a young coach, he's learning, he's trying to, you know, bring a new system to Real Madrid, and instead now they brought in Arbeloa. That is not the long-term plan anyway, and already it's going wrong. They got knocked out of the Copa del Rey to Albacete last night in embarrassing fashion, and Real Madrid right now, they are in turmoil, they are in absolute crisis. And for one of the first times, I would say, over the past few years, Barca is the calm one. Barca right now are the club who actually seem to have things going on a pretty natural progression. You know, everything seems to be calm. We're doing our job. You know, I think Flick is a massive part of that there. The calmness that he is able to have at the helm of this club and bring the rest of the team is very, very much priceless in this kind of moment, because Real Madrid, they are imploding. They are absolutely suffering right now. And at Barca, we are sitting pretty. And speaking indeed about the influence there of Hansi Flick and what he has done at this club and the maturity that he brings the team, the personality, the mentality that he has, it's all absolutely amazing. But I thought actually he gave a phenomenal answer there. He was asked in his press conference about the Alonso situation, him getting sacked. He actually gave Alonso a lot of praise. Said, I've got a really good relationship with him. He's a great coach and he will go on to find a great project. But when he was asked about his own relationship with those inside of the club, the board at Barca, the players, everybody really inside of the club, the answer that he gave, it shows how he feels. And he said since the very, very beginning, I have become part of this Barca family.
The feeling I had at the first days, first hours I was here, so it was clear. We worked together, and now it seems like a family. The president, I think, said it after the game in the final in Saudi Arabia. There is not only the players, they are not only the club, the president, Deco, all these guys around, the players. It's all about the families. You know, they are daughters, they are not daughters, their parents are with us, the sisters are brothers with us, and it seems like it's a whole family, and it's really, I appreciate this a lot. It's something special we built here, and so it's like a family. I often said it here, and especially then in Saudi Arabia, I felt the same. So it's really nice to have this situation, but I also know that could be different, and I'm happy that it's here. This culture like we have here, and I'm really happy. I appreciate this a lot.
And I just thought those words were so special from Flick. You know, we've heard that right the way through his time at Barca. He really does feel as though he's part of the club now. He is one of us, and he certainly is. With the way that he's conducted himself, we are so happy and so grateful to have him as the Barcelona coach. And of course tonight, guys, we have an important game of our own. We don't want to end up in the same way as Real Madrid. We do not want to get knocked out of the Copa del Rey either, and we have a tricky game. You know, this is not easy. You know, Racing Santander, they are in the second division in Spain, but they're right at the top of that division. Right now, they are top of La Liga 2. They are looking to return to La Liga. And actually, I think I'd quite like to see them back there. They are a club with some history behind them. They've got a really, really good fan base as well there. So Barca do have a challenge tonight. And I think it is going to be difficult, you know, going away from home. One leg. You saw last night, if you lose, it's over. Game over. You know, you're not coming back from that there. There's no second leg to rely on. So I think Barca, they are going to go quite strong in the lineup. What we're hearing right now is that Flick is maybe going to change, you know, two or three players, but at the same time, it's going to be a strong team. Do not expect to see a load of young players, you know, widespread rotation. We are going to take this seriously. I think we'll take it even more seriously, considering what happened last night with Real Madrid. And it does seem as though we will see a second debut for João Cancelo, who has, of course, now officially returned to the club. He's been brought in there until the end of the season from Saudi Arabia. And I thought today, Flick gave a very interesting answer. When he was asked about Cancelo, he confirmed that he may well be playing tomorrow in the Copa del Rey. He spoke actually about how we're maybe a little bit more covered at centre-back than maybe he thought before. You know, it seemed as though Flick maybe backtracked slightly on that. You know, he wasn't quite demanding the centre-back that maybe we heard a few days ago. But on Cancelo, I thought it was really interesting. You'll hear how he talks about we need different options. We need options for when teams are sitting back, when we're facing up against low blocks. And you need a different kind of play. You need somebody there to overload certain areas. And maybe that's where Cancelo could really, really help us. Have a listen here to Hansi's words.
For me, we are doing great in the center defender with Gerard, with Eric, with Cooper, but also with Ronald come back. So it's like that. We have four there. But also with Gerard, he can play different positions, or the left back. The same with Eric. He can cover also a lot of positions. So we think about, okay, who can give us a little bit more, and I think João is a fantastic football player, very professional, a lot of quality also in the offense, and this is what we need. So we need players also when the opponent is in the last third, and we have to play to overplay them, and I think we need quality also there, and I think he's a good option for that.
So that's something there that we have to look out for. We have to be ready for this game, and I am excited to see Barca, continue in this way. We've beaten Real Madrid, confidence is high, we're still on that incredible winning streak, and as we move now into 2026, long may it continue. Long may we rack up those wins, keep going, keep the momentum coming, and hopefully at Barca, everything just stays like this. Let Real Madrid implode. Let them have an absolute crash out. We're fine here. We are all good right now with how things are going. So indeed, guys, those there are some matchday thoughts from me. Now, I will not be joining you after the game tonight. I'm just going to take the rest of the day now to just hopefully fully recover from whatever's going around. There's lots of stuff. I don't know about where you live, but there is lots of stuff going around right here. It's so easy to get sick at the moment, but I'm hoping to be all okay soon and get the schedule back as it usually is on the channel. So I will be reacting to hopefully a win over Racing tomorrow with all of you. Thank you indeed for the great support, guys, and for all of your kind wishes, but until next time, as always, Vesca, El Barça.